Good morning, everyone. As heard from you, few of you wanted me to explain the exercises programs also. So one or two videos I shall give you explanation regarding the programs I have given you as exercises. To start with, one of the program on files that I gave you was a program to count the words, right? So this is what I had asked you to do, and I had given you a hint that in the solution part you need to first take the file name from the user, read each line from the file and split the line to form a list of words, find the length of items in the list and print it, and then exit. So this is the solution part which I have already shared. So first what we are trying to do, when you say fname equal to input, enter a file name. Just to give you a recap, we know that in order to accept anything from the user, we are using the input function. When you want to display anything, we are using the print function, right? So if you have a look here, first this is a variable, input is a function, you are telling the user to enter a file name so that from that file you can count the number of words. In order to count that, we need one variable which we are initializing to 0. So num words equal to 0, that is number of words. Now this is another way to open a file using the with statement. So with open is a function to open the file name, and whenever we open a file, we need the file name and the mode in which it should be opened. So this is the file name, fname, that is in which whatever file name the user gives will be saved. R is the read mode, and we know that even if we don't give it, it by default opens it in read mode. And you're opening it as F, that is a file handle. Another way was we had seen file handle equal to open file name comma the mode. When you use the with statement, this is how you do it. With open, what mode it has to be opened, and as what is the file handle. So now inside this you are going in for a for loop, right? So you see the colon, you need not forget here. So for line in this file handle, that is for every line in this file handle, you are reading each line from the file here. What are you trying to do? You want them to split in the form of words so that you can count them, right? So first you want to split them. We know that split is a function which will give you a list of words, right? So what you are doing, for every line in the file you are using the split function, and then you are giving it to the and words equal to, you are doing this. So now all you have to do is find the length of these words, which is a list, right? And we can use the ready-made function which is length. So in num words, okay, or plus equal to is, we know it acts like a augmented operator. So you know that num words equal to, it is as good as writing num words equal to num words plus length of words, right? So length of words, length is a ready-made function you are applying on this list. So it will calculate the total number of words and save it in this variable called num words. What is the last thing to do? You are going to print them. So print number of words equal to num words, right? So when you run this file, so what does it ask you for? We are running the first file. So what are we trying to do here, right? File 1. So the moment you run it, you would see it first asks you for a file name. So if I give the file name as words.txt, here you will have to give a existing file in order for it to work, right? Then only it can count the number of words, provided there are some words in it. The moment you say enter, see it is showing you 210 words. So if you look at my file called words.txt, you can see it has counted the number of words in this file, right? So this is how it works. So you need to have some matter in words.txt in order to count that, right? So I hope the first program is clear as to what it is doing, right? So this is the program that we have discussed. How do you count the number of words, right? Let us move on to our next example. So if you just want to have a look at it again, this is what we have done, and I have showed you how do you run it, right? So here I have included all the comments separately so that you follow it better as to what you are doing in each line, right? Let us move on to the next example. What are we trying to do here? So if you have a look, we are writing a Python program to read a string from the user, and then you're going to append it into a file. So what do? We need a existing file for this. So you're going to accept a string from the user and append it to the end of file. As far as the concept of files that we have discussed, we know whenever the word append is said, you don't want to erase the existing data, right? Whatever is there, along with that, at the end of file, you need to append the string. So what you are doing in order to do that? Problem solution hint I had given you. Take the file name from the user. You need to open the file in append mode. Take the string from the user, append it to the existing file, and then what you are trying to do? Close the file. So once you close the file, again you open it in read mode and display the contents of the file so that you know that the string has been appended and finally exit. Right? So what is the code that you have written in order to execute this? First step says take the file name from the user. So how do you take the file name? You need one variable, input as a function, enter the file name. Next you need to open the file in append mode, right? So here you can see, here we have not used the with open. We are directly using the file handle equal to open, file name followed by the mode. It is append mode, so you have given A, right? Next, you need to ask the string from the user. So save it one variable called C, input, enter a string that has to be appended. Next what? What is the file handle? We are going to append it to file3. So file3 dot write, okay? So you have taken a string from the user here, right? So you are just leaving a blank space, /n. Then file3 dot write C, you are appending it to the existing file, right? Then you close it and then print the contents of the file. So what happens when I try to run this, right? So after you close, you are again opening it in read mode in order to check, right? So you will print that. So first you need to a file handle to open it in read mode, right? This is different from this file handle. This you open in append mode. This you are opening in read mode. You are printing file4.read, that is you are trying to display the contents of the files and then again close it, because we know we need to explicitly close the file when you are opening it using the file handle. Now what happens when I run this file, right? So let us go ahead and execute this. So I say run the second example, and then you would be seeing the output here. So I need to enter the file name to which the string should be appended. So this time maybe I give f1.py. I have one of the existing files. The string I'll say, this string is appended, so that you know that this is the string that is appended. So if you look, it took an entry from the user, right? After that, it started displaying the contents of file. So these are the contents of my f1 file. So you look, this is a program, and to the end of it, it has added this string is appended. So if you look at my f1.py, it is the same contents that you have found. It has appended here, and this is my existing data that is already there in the file, right? So whenever you have to append, this is how it works, right? What did we try to do? We have just taken it from the user, opened it in append mode, took the string from the user, appended it to the file, closed the file, reopened it in read mode, and we have seen how things work, right? So this completes your second example. Let us move on to the next one. Here we are writing a program to read through a file and print the contents of the file line by line, all in uppercase. Executing the program will look, right? So that one sample they had given, right? So what we need to do? Read a file, print it line by line, and see that all are printed in uppercase. So for that, again, here what I have taken, instead of asking the user, I have directly taken the file name f1.py, right? So file handle equal to open. I am opening f1.py for every line in this file handle. Okay, what I am doing, sh out equal to line.rstrip. We know that rstrip is a function which would delete all the blank spaces on the right hand side of the string, and then one more function dot upper. Since you want to, it removes all the new line and capitalizes, right? Because we want those things to be capitalized. Handle one line at a time and remove all the new line and capitalization, and print that line by line. Print sh out. Right? Simple program. What happens when you run it? You would see that whatever my f1 you had, it is going to print it line by line and then show you everything in uppercase, right? So see, and the string we had appended also is converted to uppercase, right? So see, everything is being printed line by line, everything being converted to uppercase. So what are we trying to do here? one more thing to observe, here we are not changing the case in the original file, right? We are just displaying that in the output. If you see my original file, it is in lowercase itself. Here we have not altered the file by changing it to uppercase, just to display here by applying the operation on it dot upper, right? Since it happens to be a string is an immutable data type, it is not saving it as uppercase, it is just converting it to uppercase, right? So this is how you execute the third example on files, where we are just converting it to uppercase, right? So this happens to be the third example. So till now we have covered program to count the words. In this, we opened it in append mode, appended the string. In the third one, we are reading it line by line and converting it to uppercase, right? So we would go ahead with some more examples, right? For that, I would be creating the next video. So go through this. Still there are any doubts, feel free to ask me your doubts. Okay. So see you again with some more programs. Have a nice day. Thank you.